Welcome back into another episode of Rock Boys Football. Week 1 is in the books. Some fantastic games. I've enjoyed myself thoroughly all Saturday as I watch football all day and even Sunday and Monday night. Now it's time to break down some games. We broke down Georgia-Clemson. We broke down the Michigan game. We are going to break down one of the games that burned us this weekend, the LSU Tigers going down to the UCLA Bruins. We were all over LSU. And it's not even that we
we picked them, but I don't think either of us thought they were good. It was a little bit of a situation of, well, UCLA is not that good. They are just cool. They rolled up Hawaii. Hawaii stinks.
Exactly.
So what? Now the line's flipping. What was it, almost 4 points? And just because of Hawaii,
down to 2.5, and that was more the reason. We just thought it might have been a little bit of an overreaction. UCLA looked good. I agree. I didn't think DTR looked that good, but UCLA looked good as a team against Hawaii. LSU has a very talented team. We thought that'd be. I thought they'd take it. I thought they'd at least cover 2 points and win that football game. What did we miss, Dale? Let us know what we missed.
I think the basic thing I missed was how weak of a coach Ed Orgeron is, quite frankly. I think if you watch that game, the reason LSU was losing is because their offensive line and quarterback combo just looked out of sorts. Max Johnson would take a snap and just start running immediately and look like his head was on fire within a second. And it wasn't totally his fault because the offensive line doesn't know how to pick up blitzes over there. And it was just kind of the whole game. Obviously, we knew they'd struggle to run the ball. They don't really have a ton of talent in that backfield. And John Emery didn't even play, so that they were even down a little more.
All the talent wasn't playing.
Yeah, so they don't have a talented backfield, and their wideouts just couldn't get anything going, mainly because
minus Keyshawn.
They couldn't protect. You saw Keyshawn Butte do his thing. You did see some drops throughout which I think they were doing last year, and they're still doing it. So, look, my opinion is that's just not a team that was prepared to go win a football game. And I think the problem LSU's got a little bit now is Ed Orgeron caught lightning in a bottle in 2019 with Burrow and just a loaded NFL roster. Mm-hmm. But in my opinion, a blind person, anyone could have coached that team to victory. It's just it wasn't. I don't think he has the chops to do it. I don't think he coaches prepared football teams. Yeah, I was just as watching it, it was just killing me. It's oh man, every time you thought they'd get something going, they'd do something, not throw picks, but take a sack, give up a touchdown where guys aren't tackling anybody, which was happening all game. Not cover Greg DeLuce, and just let him run across the field wide open, crossing routes.
He's the real deal. I think he's good.
Greg DeLuce is legit. He looks like Kittle a little bit on the field.
I get Kittle vibes too because he's ferocious after the catch. He's got some serious wheels. I mean, I haven't seen George Kittle, but I don't know. I do. That's kind of when he ran for that 75-yard touchdown, I was like, George Kittle.
And you know who's legit are those two running backs, Britton Brown and especially Zach Charbonnet, which makes me want to vomit because he was a Michigan guy and we let him go. But
disgusting.
UCLA is good, but
they're good.
I mean,
they're really good.
God, LSU.
I like how they play defense. They play aggressive defense.
See, that's something if you're a good football team though, you shouldn't be getting exposed every time just because the team is blitzing. If they blitz every time, you should be able to Ohio State when Michigan tries to play that defense, they kill us. And we give up 70 points because they just throw shallow crosses into man coverage and takes no time to get open. Yeah. And so there's ways to beat it. It's just God, LSU, it's they just were being coached by JV. It was ridiculous. I mean, I'm stunned, and now LSU's trapped in an Orgeron contract for 10 years because they thought he was the savior, and I think it's going to end up being a very long 9 years if they're however many years.
I wonder what they do because it's not been on the recruiting trail. He's been just fine, and he obviously put together such a good season 2 years ago. But man, that team just did not look ready to play football.
But
which is hard because they had such a bad year last year. It's like this, you have to rebound. You were so not embarrassingly not good, but you guys were
they were pretty embarrassingly bad.
It was such a big letdown from the team you guys were 2 years ago. And now they had a chance to rebound and they just didn't do it. And I don't even think Dorian Thompson-Robinson even looked that good. He was 9 of 16. He threw 16 balls, completed 50% of them.
Well, they were all wide open crossers. That's what he had to do.
175
swings. It was ridiculous. Like, it was, just preposterous how open guys were getting on
simple was a joke. The tackling was horrible.
The tackling's preposterous.
Like, let me tell you, Zach Charbonnet wasn't doing all of that last year against Big Ten teams. Like, he was making.
Oh, he was a good running back. Yeah. He's good. He was not a Heisman though. Now he looks like a lock for a Heisman. And I don't know if it's because they just played Hawaii and LSU, who's a joke, or if it's he might. But he does look kind of like.
He's good. He looks
just to focus on him for a second. He has looks like he's got meaningfully more athletic, and he's always been a pretty big, strong guy. So it's like, he's. that UCLA team's good. Like, they're legitimately, I think, very good. A little disappointed. We probably should have just stuck with we would have taken them at 6.5. It's like, or when they were plus 6.5.
We should have, because we like this UCLA team.
Like, we like that team. It's like if you do the pick winners, like, just pick teams that you think are going to win. Like, that's who I'm disappointed.
I thought LSU would have beat UCLA. I was very surprised to see how this game went.
I got trapped by Ogeron. That's what happened. He burned me.
Yeah.
Good for him. Him in his sissy blue shirt, and you come out there, don't tackle anybody. Like, get out of here with that head Ogeron. No, that's cornball stuff.
One other thing I want to note, and this is just inexcusable, and I think the story of LSU, from what I've seen on film last year and on Saturday, you can't run the ball as poorly as they do. 13 carries for 31 yards for your bell cow, averaged 2.5 yards a carry.
That's crazy.
And that was the only guy who was running the ball. Max Johnson had 11 carries, but that was more just kind of like
free fall scramble.
But if you're trying to establish, I haven't seen an SEC team fail so miserably to establish a run against a Pac-12 team in years. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it normally goes when you see these teams play from the SEC and Pac-12. It's like the SEC is just physically more dominant. LSU wasn't. And that's probably the most concerning thing that I saw from LSU on Saturday night.
Yeah, that's going to be, just a massive issue going forward for them. And I think I'm interested to see where lines get set. I think, like, that's a really, really bad team. Like, really bad. O'Shawn's got to figure it out, too. And he's probably going to have to do it quickly because, like, at the rate they're going, they have the talent basically that they're going to get. They're never going to recruit much better than he's done in the past 3 to 4 years. So he's got talent on that team, and he's trotting out some pathetic football teams. So we'll see if he can right that ship, or I think he'll very much get exposed for catching lightning in a bottle with Joe Brady and in a super talented team, along with a defense that also had talent, even though they gave up some points. But I think, I don't know. This does not look good for the Ogeron era, though.
This looked horrible.
That's like a clueless team.
Concerning. Yeah. And one more thing, Derek Stingley, like, just didn't really look interested in playing football, which is also like, that's your supposedly, like, leader, kind of
wearing number 7.
You look to another guy, similar statue, Kyle Hamilton at Notre Dame, was the best player in the football
field.
So it's like, like, there, you just needed more out of him. You needed more play. But it was like almost a lack of effort at some points, like on some of those tackles. It's like he just didn't want to get dirty and make the plays you got to make.
No, the tackling, in the secondary is really bad. So
tackling in general,
I don't know. Big problems for LSU. UCLA, though,
they're good. They're a good team. DTR needs to figure it out.
I think they're going to
play his best ball.
That's true. He does have to just be more consistent because I don't see them just being able to run for 300 yards on everybody.
His job
Who
shouldn't be
knows?
that
They're
hard.
very good.
His job should be that hard with the very, very strong run game. And he can use his legs himself. And so he
Although
should.
I don't know if they can play the way they played last game and run the ball like that and then hit a couple big pass plays, which is pretty much what they were doing. And they have some wideouts who can really do some things. Like Deluche, really, really good. And then Kyle Phillips, I think he had a good year last year and he's playing good again. So I think this is a very dangerous Pac-12 team, especially in a weak Pac-12 with who knows if like Oregon's gonna get back Kayvon Thibodeau and be able to write that. Like they obviously didn't.
Oregon didn't look
either,
good,
so.
and they'll definitely. I can't imagine they.
I mean, if Kayvon can't come back 110%, like, well, he shouldn't come back and probably won't because it's too much money on the line.
Yeah,
I just mean like if there's like a lingering injury, it's just not. I don't know. I don't think he's going to be playing through anything.
No, he won't rush
North City.
I agree. Which is I was excited to see, from like a draft standpoint.
Yeah, that's super disappointing.
There's a lot of good tackles to get film on. Not that he needs any more film. He's done plenty.
He really does.
More for the Ohio. I'm guessing more for the Ohio State tackles. They have a very winnable Fresno State, Stanford. They have Arizona State at home, Arizona on the road. They play Washington on the road. We'll see if Washington can straighten that shit. Oregon's at home. They play Utah in Utah, and then they play USC away. So they have a tough schedule.
I'm not gonna lie, that home field advantage though is non-existent, and I don't know why people hate going to UCLA football games so much. But they can't even get like 50% attendance for like a massive game like LSU, and they're a good team. It's crazy. And say, why don't you people go? I mean, it is LA. LA is not like great sports town, but what's that?
The tickets are so cheap. Even at you want to go watch them play. I don't know, at Oregon, you can go for $50. It's not that much. It's a good game. I don't know.
I mean,
this UCLA team's good. It's one to watch out for. I think right now they're playing like they're the best team in the Pac-12, especially the way Oregon looked. Watch out for them. They should make some noise in the Pac-12 championship for sure. Anything else you want to say on the matchup?
No, besides made me sick in my stomach.
Yeah, it was a tough loss for the boys.
Miserable watch.
You were so right on the Georgia Clemson game, and we were riding high.
That was a buzzkill.
And you just get clapped down.
Yeah.
College football do it to you. It's a long season though, boys and girls. All right. Appreciate you guys listening to our little breakdown of UCLA LSU. We'll be back with a couple more game recaps, and then we'll look forward to week 2 and get you guys some picks and what we think about moving forward. Talk to y'all later. Peace.